Vehicle links, esteemed participants of the International Congress on Educational Research. I am truly honored to be part of this distinguished international gathering. I am Professor Helena Lutsenko from Bogdan Khmelnytsky National University of Cherkasy, Ukraine. Today, I have the pleasure of presenting a topic that is gaining increasing significance in the academic community, the role and place of artificial intelligence in educational research. Different definitions of AI nevertheless have one thing in common. AI is considered as the ability of a computer to carry out operations that normally call for a human intelligence, such as thinking, decision-making, and learning. The diffusion of artificial intelligence has accelerated during last years with the release of generative AI. Compared to previous technologies, generative AI enables more flexible applications, especially focuses on producing new content, data, or even ideas by learning from existing information. So, artificial intelligence is no longer a futuristic concept. It's a present-day reality shaping how we teach, learn, and conduct research. It's necessary to emphasize some challenges we face now as researchers, namely the growing data complexity, need for the automation of routine operations, as well as need for efficient, accurate, and scalable research processes. Considering the state of art of AI implementations, I'd like to refer to the findings of a global survey of academic researchers. As we can see, over 3/4 of researchers report using some form of AI tool in their research at present. In fact, AI transforming the research process by helping with data analysis, increasing productivity, helping with content analysis, and with generating new ideas. However, it also introduces challenges related to cognitive impact, ethics, over-reliance, and academic integrity. Nevertheless, the survey numbers indicate that the vast majority of researchers at various career stages are currently learning how to use AI. This learning often occurs through a process of trial and errors. While it's very important that the global bodies like UNESCO and European Union have issued guidelines to ensure AI is developed and applied responsibly. This emphasizes ethical design, transparency, and safeguarding human rights, principles that directly apply to educational research. The European AI Act classifies educational and vocational training as high-risk system because of AI tools that directly impact learner rights. If an AI system is being used only for research and development, not yet deployed in real-world educational settings, many requirements are relaxed. For example, if a university research team is developing an AI tool to analyze students' writing and track critical thinking over time, and also use it in schools for grading, it would be classified as high risk and require strict compliance. Since it's used only in a controlled study, not for grading, most high-risk requirements are waived. Safeguards that remain mandatory, informed consent from participants, data anonymization, transparent reporting of method and data sets, and of course ethical review and approval from an institutional board. Beyond global regulations, institutions and individual researchers have a duty to follow internal ethics protocols and maintain openness about AI use. According to living guidelines, there are 4 key principles: reliability, honesty, respect, and accountability. In fact, generative AI models can exhibit limitations that impact both their responses and usability. The most common types are training data bias, prompt bias, invented citations, and interpretability. Data bias is one of the most critical risks in AI-based educational research. In case of data collection, bias can creep in if our datasets don't represent all groups equally. For example, if rural students or students from minority backgrounds are underrepresented. Moving into data processing and model training, the AI learns patterns from the data we give it. If the input data is skewed, the model may inherit or even amplify those biases. In the predictions and decision-making stage, this becomes critical, and AI tools might wrongly flag certain students as at risk because historical scores, even if they are currently doing fine. Finally, when research findings are published, biased results can mislead policymakers, leading to misallocation of resources and reinforcing stereotypes. In educational research, we must carefully check for representativeness and fairness in our datasets and models. Bias doesn't affect numbers, it affects real students' opportunities and outcomes. So I'd like to summarize some practical recommendations for researchers. First, even when AI supports the process, we remain ultimately responsible for the scientific output. AI can assist, but it cannot be held accountable for accuracy of ethics. Transparent use of AI means clearly stating if and how AI tools were used, building trust with peers and the public. We must also be careful with privacy and intellectual property. It's important to respect national and international laws and keep learning. AI is evolving rapidly, so regular training helps us maximize benefits and minimize risks. Finally, avoid substantial use of AI in sensitive research activities, for example, peer review or finding proposal evaluation, where bias or confidentiality breaches could harm individuals or institutions. Those recommendations don't aim to limit innovation, but to ensure AI becomes a reliable, ethical partner in the research process. One of the ways of transparent use of AI is generative AI delegation taxonomy, which was created to help researchers declare exactly how and when they use generative AI in their work. Guided has stage-based approach. It considers every phase of the research life cycle, from conceptualization and literature review all the way to writing and publication. It also operates on two levels: micro, when you describe AI's general role, and micro, when you specify exactly what AI did. This ensures both transparency and accountability, while also helping to protect research integrity. For each domain, you can declare how much AI contributed. There is even a declaration generator available on GitHub that walks you through documenting AI involvement in each phase of your research. The main benefits are that it promotes ethical clarity, ensures transparent reporting, and keeps practices consistent across different disciplines. And AI use in research grows. This kind of structured reporting could also help shape future institutional and international policies. The future will likely bring research environments where AI tools are seamlessly embedded into every stage of the process. That's why it is necessary to build interdisciplinary teams involving experts from different areas to ensure a well-rounded approach and reduce risk. Train educators in digital and AI literacy, not only in using tools but also in understanding their limits, risks, and ethical aspects. Treat AI as a partner, not a replacement, aiming to enhance human intelligence while preserving critical thinking and creativity, and shape practices globally, learning from each other to find effective models and avoid repeated mistakes. Together, these steps create a sustainable, ethical, and effective AI ecosystem in education and research. AI is a powerful partner in educational research. When used thoughtfully, it can accelerate insights, expand capabilities, and improve decision-making while keeping human judgment at the core. Thank you for your attention. I appreciated the opportunity to speak with you today.